Go crazy. Go crazy.
I thought Vsouls was going to stop me. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to episode 333 of the Let's Keep It a Buck podcast. Nobody ever knows what the actual number is. My name is Omar. Today we have a special guest with us, the Ant Wright. Ant, what's going on?
Man, what's good?
You feeling okay? I see you got a beanie on, but it's summertime. I don't know what that means, but
Dog, it's always beanie weather, dog. It could be 30 outside, -10, it could be 100, doesn't matter.
Hey, y'all know I wear hoodies all day, every day, but I don't wear beanies year round. I fuck with the promo though.
Round, bro.
I fuck with the promo though. Hey,
I wear beanies with a t-shirt, bro.
Beanies with a T.
I've done that before.
With me, I as well have my esteemed co-host, award-winning. My mom gave us the award for best podcast hosted in the house. B Souls, how you doing?
Good man. I'm a TikTok star now, so
TikTok star.
know what I'm saying? Rookie of the year type shit.
B Souls has 1 million views in 2 days, y'all. That's the craziest thing I've ever seen in my life. TSO Sage, how you doing?
Grinding the school bullshit. Other than that, I'm chilling.
Summer not over yet?
Bruh, August 6th.
August 6th. One of my classes ended today. Did final presentations.
Man, I got that. That's all computer science is dragging at this point. Them little presentations.
Well, I'm doing well. Listen, guys, before we get into the meat and potatoes, as you can tell, we have our, like I said, esteemed guest, Ant, right here. This is a draft special the day before the big day. We can't make this happen if you don't sub. Okay. We have a sub goal tonight of 100, Sage said.
Yes, sir. We getting 100 today. No cap.
Oh my god.
No cap. No cap. My
Don's in the chat right now, like, fuck, man.
Yeah, no, 100. Fuck.
Hey, listen, 100 and not 100 gifted either. I need 100 unique subs.
I need y'all niggas to spend y'all bread. There's 120 y'all. I need y'all to spend your motherfucking bread.
We need 100.
Niggas be spending $20 on bitches now, fuck, but can't give me 5. That's wild, bro.
Craziest thing.
Craziest
thing I ever heard.
Disrespectful.
Couldn't be me. Couldn't be me.
Listen,
the host to work right now.
I'm live on location from the AMP house. So if you hear any noise in the background, please excuse it. Filming a video at the moment. And tell for those that don't know about you, tell them about yourself.
I'm Ant Wright, 100% content creator. I'm on Twitter, YouTube, Spotify.
Yes.
Wherever.
What?
I grew up playing basketball, hooping at a high level. In high school. And I enjoy the game. I enjoy basketball. I love talking basketball. I can talk hoop all day, every day. I just enjoy it, man. And it should be a lot of fun.
What's a high level? Are you consider yourself like a hooper or a hoopist or?
Oh shit! Come on,
are you a hooper?
So all right, so like, I think I told you all this last time, right? It's like you know, my highest level is like you go to a rec, and everybody that you play against is a chair.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like that's like
sometimes. Hey.
Oh shit! I was muted. That's crazy.
Like, that's kind of
he's D1, right? You was D1, right?
D1, Oak Hill Academy for 3 years.
Yeah.
Hold on, I got my jersey right here. I'm moving soon, but y'all can see it.
Hey, stop. Omar wasn't here for Ant Wright's KD stories, man. That shit was hilarious.
Oh man, nah. The KD story was funny as shit. I ain't gonna lie.
I got plenty of KD stories.
I think it's really important to bring people like Ant Wright out into the public, especially, with today's day and age of the park hooper, where people just record their park dreams and give their basketball opinions and stuff like that shoot a basketball with both hands. That community is very, very, very vocal. So it's important to have people like Ant Wright on different platforms speaking, to be quite honest with you. But enough of that. Let's get into the meat and potatoes. I think we're all going to have questions. Tomorrow is the NBA draft. Number one projected prospect. Is that it? Number one draft pick goes to the Detroit Pistons. Every projection has Cade Cunningham coming out. And what are your thoughts on Cade Cunningham as an athlete, as a basketball player? And then, do you feel like he'll go to Detroit? And what will his fit be like in Detroit?
Yeah, man. He is a really good player, dude. You're talking all of 6'8", about a 7-foot wingspan. So he's about a +4, a 7'1" wingspan possibly. So I think he's a +5 on the ape index. But dude is like a Luka Doncic type, Paul George type. He can.
That's a range, though. That's a range.
I know, but
a floor of Paul George, right? And then, okay.
No. But like Luka, PG, he's Luka. In that. He's in that big forward. He can do everything type of mode. In 5 or 6 years, he's going to be in the playoffs in the role as the number 1 or number 2 scorer in big games. That's just how he is as a player. I think his floor is probably like Tobias Harris, which still isn't a really.
That's a really player. Yeah. That's a top 50 player still. Yeah, I do remember from the last time you were on. We had more doubts about Cade. Has that changed at all? Because we had that conversation last time.
Was that about Cade or was that about Amani Bates?
That was honestly both. Honestly both. But we talked about Cade as well. And you had some comments on like Jalen Green and what you think about Jalen Green. His potential.
Yeah, I like Jalen Green too, bro. I like Jalen Green. I like Jalen Green a lot. I think he has a much higher ceiling, but I don't think Detroit is passing up on Cade.
You feel like he has a much higher ceiling than Cade Cunningham?
Jalen Green, I think so. I think Jalen Green. Think about it, bro. Like this dude went from high school to the G, right? He's playing against dudes who are back and forth from the league or trying to get back to the league. So he's being targeted. He's being targeted every single game. Think about that. Like grown-ass men are like, this is my ticket back to the league. And he was still putting up 17, 18 efficiently. That says a lot. You're talking 46, 47% from the floor, 36, 37% from 3. Crazy athlete. And he's like 83% or something from the free throw line. And I believe on no days rest, I believe he was very close to being 50, 40, 90 and averaging 20 a game in the G. So, and you're looking at whole new metrics when it comes to the court, right? He's going from 19 feet 9 inches in high school from 3 to 23.9. That's a 4-foot difference from 3, and he's still shooting it at almost 37%.
That's
off the bounce, like coming off movement. And he's 18, 19 years old, and he's being targeted. Like, I don't know, bro. Like we may look back in about 3 years and be like, "Yo, Cade is nice, but Jalen's doing crazy things right now." Same thing with Evan Mobley, bro. Evan Mobley, people are down on him, but they're down on him because of how the game is right now, and they're down on him because of past bigs who have gone like top 5. And people are saying, well, you're either going to be Anthony Davis or you're going to be a Ja Okafor type
like
of
Noah
deal, right?
That's it.
Right.
So
exactly.
So then my question to you is, one, if you were Detroit, what would you do?
You draft Cade. You draft Cade.
Is it
you either draft Cade or you try to package something with OKC and get SGA, and then try to get someone like a Kuminga or a Book Knight or Barnes. But nah, bro. You draft Cade.
I'm not high on SGA at all, but that's just me. So even if, let's just say all this, because I guess the only reason why you would draft Cade at this point, if you believe in his ceiling from like Jalen Green's perspective, you see what he's done. Only reason why you're drafting Cade is because of the hype and kind of this stigma that he has from playing college basketball, this allure that he has. If you are just drafting off of like pure basketball talent who you think is going to be the better player in the future, are you still drafting Cade first?
Yeah.
I think Cade's floor is higher.
Yeah.
You said Cade's floor is Tobias Harris, who's a fringe all-star. So if he's essentially at worst Tobias, I'd probably say I'm taking that.
I think it was the same. Oh, go ahead.
I assume that Jalen Green has not bust potential. I don't think he's gonna bust. I don't know too much about either, to be honest. But I don't get that vibe that he's just gonna be a bust. But essentially, he would have a floor of potentially being a worse story than Cade, I assume.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that.
Those would be, in my opinion, here's how you look at it. You know, when it comes to successful players in the NBA, who are the type of players you see carrying teams? They're both in that Cade Cunningham and Jalen Green mold. They're not in Jalen Suggs mode. They're not in Mobley mold. They are Green. Guys like, who's my man's for the Nuggets?
Jokic.
Jamal.
Oh, Jamal.
No.
I just got MPJ.
I'm tripping.
MPJ?
Murray.
Oh, Jamal
Murray. Yeah. So guys like Jamal Murray, Donovan Mitchell, these high-scoring two guards who naturally become the point guard because they're like, okay, you're so good with the ball. Why don't we just keep you with the rock, right? Mm-hmm. And then you have the Cade Cunningham type where it's like the Paul George, it's the Lucas, it's like the Kawhis. You're between that 6'7", 6'8" range, and you have that ability to just take over games because of how big you are, because of your shooting ability, and because of how you can handle the rock and how you really can't get pressured into situations because your IQ is so high. So I use Kawhi. I'm not talking about his defense. I'm just saying Kawhi can go out there. You know, look what he did against Dallas. I think it was in game 6. Like he was doing some wild stuff in that fourth quarter.
But why was
like nobody could mess with him.
Kawhi was unstoppable the whole time. I think it's
nobody could mess with him, and you know it was all because of his size, bro. His size and his ability to get to wherever he wanted, and you can't do anything about it.
I feel like with what you're saying, though, from what I'm hearing, it does seem like Cade has a higher ceiling as well. Am I bugging on that? Than Jalen Green? No,
you're not bugging. I just think Jalen Green, just the way that it's hard to explain. I think Cade's floor is here, right? And Cade's ceiling is here. They may have a very similar ceiling, but I think Jalen Green's floor is like off the screen, like low. There is going to be a lot more. There's going to be a lot more. You're going to have a much wider range of failure, in my opinion, with Jalen Green than with Cade Cunningham. But Green is so athletic, and he's so good off the bounce. He's such a good shooter. It's almost like his ceiling is going to mold into a whole different type of shooting guard that we haven't seen before.
Got you. Okay, that makes sense. That makes more sense. I do agree. I feel like Jalen Green has more but like Sage kind of said, he has more bust potential than Cade. I think Cade is a safer pick.
Yeah.
And it's kind of similar to the 2018 draft when people were just really high on DeAndre Ayton. It's not necessarily because his ceiling was as high as like a Luka or even a Trae Young. It's the fact that when you get DeAndre Ayton, you know what you're going to get. And that's a really high floor. And even though Luka panned out the way he did, it's just at that moment, at that time, you know, for the Phoenix Suns.
Ayton was the right pick.
Ayton, sure. Yeah, Ayton was the right pick.
Still was the right pick. He got them to the finals. I would never. I don't think outside of Devin Booker just kind of fucking up in Game 6. I don't think anybody in the Phoenix front office is like, damn, should have got Luka. I mean, yeah, maybe 3, 4, 5 years down the line, Luka might have helped them done something, but like the next two, nah.
Might have. Come on.
Shut up.
Come on.
That's why I said don't compare nobody to Luka. These two, man, can't with Luka,
man.
bro.
Come on.
Can't with Luka.
That's Luka magic, man.
Bro, he's cool.
You see Omar's top 5 today?
I did not.
Luka at 1. All time.
Oh my God. Oh, brother.
Why does
I can't do it?
Luka the GOAT?
Luka's the best player.
How is he not? That's Michael.
He has no rings. He hasn't made the first round.
And this is a Luka Doncic stan podcast. We all think he's better. We all think he's better than MJ. I want you to know that.
I do not.
We all of us think that he's better.
I don't understand this. I don't know what Luka did. That's the thing. I want to know what Luka has done for people. Like I thought Luka was my third favorite player. So look, I fuck with.
What hasn't he done?
Make it to the second round.
Anyway,
so we using team accomplishments now. Okay.
So let me.
So we don't use.
We're not Sage. We're not about to slander Luka. So Sage, there's some trade rumors, and I think they've been sloshed or whatever. And I haven't been on this train.
Right.
About OKC packaging an SGA and what is that, the 8th pick or something like that?
Oh yeah, and Detroit turned it down. Yada yada yada.
Was that a good offer even? Is SGA that good?
So disclaimer, because I know how chat and/or YouTube gonna be. It's probably fake. Blah blah blah. If it ain't Woj, I don't want it. We get it. And we're just talking. All right. If it is real, that's a good deal. I see why they said no though, because SGA, as underrated as he's been, he's certified. I'm not going to lie. He can pretty much do it all. It's just a matter of how high can he do it, like in terms of facilitation, in terms of scoring the ball, defense. Even the dude is averaging like 27 on good splits. Like SGA is straight. But it's just a matter of being that guy that can essentially elevate a franchise, change a franchise. I don't think SGA is that guy at this point in time. And considering Cade is likely 4 or 5 years younger, I think you go with that. I think you pretty much given Detroit. And I'm sorry to backtrack it here, but my biggest thing that people sleep over is PR. A team and their fan base, that relation matters. Every Detroit fan in the world is pretty much locked in on the fact that they got Cade. So imagine draft night come around, they trade for SGA, that blow everybody's head off.
They sold 400,000 tickets in 10 minutes after finding out that they had the first pick.
Exactly. Now imagine they walk in and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is a motherfucking Piston. Okay, bro. Like, no. You set that agenda. Sometimes you do what's best for business, but Cade Cunningham having this high of a ceiling, that high of a floor, really, and he's box office. I know it sounds corny to some people, but it's just the situation we live in. Now, a team like Houston to SGA and 8, I think you probably take that considering you have Christian Wood on your team, and 8 isn't even necessarily low of a pick. Now, I'm not big on the draft because I don't know of the draft. I don't know how deep this draft is, and is much more qualified to answer that than I am. But I know some people like that Suggs guy.
And just told us Jalen Green is like a phenomenal player, bro.
That's the thing. But
he just said he has pretty much the same ceiling as Cade.
But yeah, if he has the same ceiling, but here's the thing. You know what SGA is. He also has bust potential to a degree.
SGA? Oh, no.
I'm
about to say.
SGA is an ascending, I'm going to get his stats up, but SGA is an ascending talent in our league that pretty much do everything you ask. It has the height, wingspan, not crazy athleticism. But yeah, this is a 22-year-old averaging 24, 6, and 5 on 50-41. Like this dude got it. So I would consider that with Christian Wood, you could maybe make yourself more relevant as well. But I would say number one, you stick with Cade. I would say that's something Pistons should not do.
And who were the prospects at around the 7 to 8, 9 range
what I need
to begin with?
I only know Evan, Green, and Cade.
Hey, I told you this is gonna be a draft Q&A, bro.
I don't even know. I don't know if Chad ranked me or not. I don't even know how to pronounce. Is it Usman or Usman? Like I don't know.
Usman.
That's the book. Isn't that the book night range? That's the book night range or whatever the case may be. But is that right, Ant? I don't want to.
Yeah. Like book night. Let me see who else is in here. Moses Moody.
That's a guard.
Minga's in there.
Forward.
Scotty Barnes is in there. Franz Wagner's in there.
Nah,
never.
Jalen Johnson's in there.
I've heard Jalen Johnson.
It's just not. I think it's just not as sexy as Cade Cunningham. Like I was saying earlier, like 40,000 or 400. I'm sorry, 400,000 tickets in 10 minutes after announcing that they have the first pick. I don't think Detroit could not handle another Melo level situation on them. Like they just couldn't.
Right. Because fans still talk about that. Fans still like that is still like PTSD to a lot of people, bro. Around here,
they swear that they would have a lot of picks. They would have a lot of rings had Melo been drafted. So if we're looking at the Pistons roster, notable names, they got Sadiq Bey, Hamidou Diallo, Seko Doumbouya, Jeremy Grant, Killian Hayes, Frank Jackson's on this team. Isaiah Stewart is on this team as well.
They're trying to move Siku, honestly.
They were trying to move him?
Trying to move on from him.
I think they moved.
But so if you slot Cade in there with his play style, with Dwayne Casey, who I believe is a good coach, with Troy Weaver, who I believe is competent at the helm, where do you see Detroit in the next couple of years, Ant?
Next couple of years, here's the thing. I've had a bunch of Detroit fans disagree with me, which I get it because fan bases want to see their team win now. But Detroit should want to be in the lottery next summer, big time. I think next year's draft is going to be one of the best of all time. I think they have to, with Casey and Weaver, they are going to construct a team that is going to play hard and win games next year. I think they're going to be able to battle for a play-in. Are they going to keep the play-in stuff?
Yeah.
So that 7, 8, 9, 10 tournament.
Yes.
Yeah, so I could see them. I could definitely see them being a 10 or 11 in the East, most definitely. And I don't think they should mess with it, honestly, man.
What's coming? What's coming next year? That makes you say that,
man. What's not coming, bro? It's nasty. Dog, hold on. Give me a second.
Hey.
I don't even know what to say. Like, what's not coming? Shit.
Wow, bro.
It's gonna be filthy, bro. I mean, there is this cat out there. His name is Jaden Hardy. He is very similar to Jaden Green, but more of like a Jamal Murray. Hunter Salas is nice. JD Davison, if you haven't watched his stuff, he's ridiculous. Peyton Watson.
I've seen
Peyton Watson's crazy. Paolo Banchero for Duke's like 6'11", 240, point forward. Chet Holmgren, you're talking about unicorn. That dude is nuts. Patrick Baldwin Jr. is like Jason Tatum Clay, except he's 6'10".
That sounds like prime Kyle Kuzma, man.
I mean,
hey.
And Deadass just made a player. You remember when you could make a player and move the stats up? He said,
Jesus Christ.
God
he said
damn.
Jason Tatum.
And that's like the
played,
7th pick.
but 6'10", and he's the 7th guy.
What the fuck?
Like, I'm telling you, man.
LeBron need to retire basketball.
Next year's draft, I always judge a draft on how many franchise guys can I really see. That draft probably has about 4 franchise type of dudes. This draft probably has 2.
Damn.
But here's the thing,
but not every team needs a franchise guy. Some guys need that guy to come in and be a good glue.
Let me ask you this: if Cade was in next year's, oh my god,
that's crazy.
if Cade is in next year's draft, where would he go? He go fourth.
Yeah, he go fourth.
Behind who?
He probably go behind Paolo, Chet. Probably go behind.
That's a mistake. Wait, okay.
He would go third at highest. But he's going behind Chet and Paolo. He's going behind Chet and Paolo for sure.
If that's the case, I ain't gonna lie, I'm taking SGA in that 8th pick, tanking again for another season, and trying to get Cade at 4.
No,
I'm trying to get Cade at 4, bro.
But what if
at that point,
what if Cade is Black Luka? What if Cade is Black Luka?
He gonna be Black Luka at 4 next year.
Man.
Okay.
Next year's draft is stupid. I'm just telling you right now, bro.
I gotta throw this out there. Every draft, there's always 2 names, probably more, honestly, that nobody sees coming. They come out there, and hell, they're not even just good. Some of them are just straight up all-stars. Like Donovan Mitchell, he was a player I liked. I'm not gonna lie, this is gonna make me sound so trash, but it is what it is. I saw his fucking highlights on draft night. I was like, oh, wait a minute. I was like, wait a minute. Something about that dude. And truth be told, Denver trades him, goes to Utah. Gordon Hayward gets the fuck out. D-Mitch comes right back in, and they're the same exact team, except now they got a much brighter future. So my question is, if you had to give a name or 2 where not everybody is beaming at being top 3, not everybody sees on the rise, but they could be a 2nd round talent, late first that you just like. They could be a star in this league. What name would it be?
I got 2 for you. Easy. The first one is going to be Zaire Williams.
Zaire. Okay. I know that one.
You know Zaire? Okay. So Zaire is a former top 10 recruit from the 2020 class. Battled a lot of injuries at Stanford. It's about 6'8", Cam Reddish type of dude. Real good. Super smart though. Super smart. And intellectual guys, talking to scouts, bro, they see having high intellect is like a negative. Is a negative because you can. It's weird. It's so weird. And I felt the same way, but then it kind of made sense. They're saying that having a high intellect means that you process things too much without just hooping. You know what I mean? Or you have such a high intellect that you're focused on more things than just basketball, and you're not going to put everything into it. It was a very weird conversation, but they use his intellect as like a negative, which is wild to me.
That's an interesting conversation to have that we could have at this part as well. Because not to sidetrack too much, but even with content creation, when Click was on, I was talking about how like certain creators get focused on the analytics too much instead of just focusing on making content and coming up with banger ideas. So it's kind of on the same line of that. But you can go ahead.
I'm with you there. And you know, I think to a point, I had a similar issue when I was hooping because I was very between the ears person, right? And I think at times I was overthinking things. And my boy from Detroit, he used to say, "Yo, nigga, stop thinking so much and just hoop." But I can never turn it off though. You know, I can never turn it off. When I could turn it off, I played a lot better actually, but still. So Zaire Williams is 6'8", can handle the rock, real nice mid range, pretty good athlete. But my favorite player in the draft is this dude from LSU. His name is Cam Thomas.
Cameron,
Cam.
Slated to come to the Hawks. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I'm excited.
No, you're fine.
Lou will, and then some. A crazy shooter. Go ahead.
You put him next to Trey.
Monsters.
You're looking at. You're talking about someone who could step into the league and by year 2 average 20 plus, and that is no cap at all whatsoever.
Damn.
The way that he gets buckets. The way that look, this is unheard of, bro. As a freshman at a high major conference, he led the country in free throws made as a 6'4" guard. You know how hard that is?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That means that cats just can't guard you.
Yeah, that's some hard shit.
And he averaged 23 a game. When if you talk to NBA players who played in college, they will all tell you it is way harder to score in college than it is in the NBA. And there's so much more spacing in the league. Dude, I'm talking right now. I have chills running through my arms. I don't know what he's going to do to the league, bro. Like, I don't know what he's going to do to that league, bro.
You're telling me he's going to team up with Treyway?
I'm about to say, yeah. So where
the only thing is, to my understanding, would be the issue is that if the Hawks do pick him, our backcourt would just be terrible defensively.
Oh yeah,
but
they would.
They'd be garbage defensively.
So he is.
But if like what Ann is saying, if Trey is on the floor scoring 20, and even if he comes off the bench, I'm gonna lowball it like at 18 or something like that. But if he's scoring 20, like there's some tandem of them scoring 20, that's an unstoppable offense. Undersized.
Yeah, so
unstoppable.
So where do you think he's going? Because my thing is the Hawks, if they create this Portland Junior type team going on,
it'd be better than that, bro. It'd be better than that.
Hey, if it's going to be better, it's going to be better. But if he's this good, then shouldn't he be taken higher or? What's going on?
My opinion, it would be more like having Dame and Donovan Mitchell, not Dame and McCollum.
That's interesting.
I think because you're gonna have two dudes. You're gonna have one dude who can sneeze 15 points. He can sneeze 15 ready 15. Like it is crazy. How many levels this cat scores on? People say 3-level scores. He is a 4-level scorer.
What the?
He's scoring from 3 mid at the rack and from the free throw line. Like he's giving you business at every single level of the game. Like it's crazy.
And he has range. Crazy. He has range in college too.
He has that. I don't give a fuck where you are range, bro. Like he does not care.
Wait, what's his name again? I need to watch these highlights.
Cam Thomas.
Cam Thomas. So
I just watched him there. I mean, with hands in his face, there was some of these threes where he would literally wait until the guy comes up to him and then put his hand up, and then he was like, "All right, now I can shoot because I feel more comfortable this way."
Awesome, J.R. Smith type stuff.
I'm about to say, I don't know about that.
That's college. I don't know.
So you know what's crazy? You know what's crazy that you say that. And at bare minimum, he's gonna be a fantastic shooter. Like at bare minimum, he's going to be a fantastic shooter.
At minimum, but he creates. So I'm talking like, look, man. I'm not trying to come on here and be like some like hype beast and all that shit, but like you're talking about a dude who is going to be like James Harden when it comes to getting downhill. Because when he gets within 12 feet, he's either going to hit you with 2 or he's going to get fouled. Like either one, pick one, either one. And then he's going to start growing, get more mature. Now, and then he's going to add more pieces to this game that already sneezes 15.
It might be Trey. I'm not going to hold you.
Oh my God.
Right.
And where would you personally draft?
Cam Thomas?
Yeah.
If I was the Warriors, I would draft Franz Wagner at 7, Cam Thomas at 14.
Oh, he going like late lottery.
I will get him at 14, but he's not going to go there. He's not. Everything I'm seeing, he's like late teens and into the 20s.
20.
I've seen some in like the second round. I'm like, shit, y'all can sleep if y'all want to.
20 to the Hawks. 20 to the Hawks. I'm crossing.
Hey, if he goes to the Hawks, it's going to be crazy.
The shooter, if he is good as y'all say,
20 to the
at
Lakers.
Sage, look at it.
I got wrong, bro. Y'all are fine.
The discrepancies for the only thing that they say about him are the defensive issues and that he does not create for others. But I feel like in an NBA system, he could create for others, especially well enough. And again, if that's not necessarily his role, then I don't think it necessarily matters. But I looked at him today because they said he was slated to go to the Hawks. Everything I seen.
And if you're not a defensive player coming out of college, you fall into that same pool. You fall into that same boat, in my opinion, because I think everybody is food in the league because these offensive players are so good. Everybody's food. You just need to be able to guard your guy for like 3 seconds. If you can guard your dude for 3 seconds, you've pretty much done your job, right? So all Cam needs to do is just get to that point and just be an average defender.
Yeah, I'm of the mindset, and I don't know if everybody on the pod knows 100% yet, but if a player's weakness in their game is playmaking, I have little concern because the way I ain't gonna lie, I'm from the way that I casually played at the rec is just Hooper like game recognized game type shit. So like if Cam, I forgot his last name, but if Cam's out there with NBA talents, he's like, okay, I'm not gonna bullshit. This motherfucker likes that. He's better than me. He's around my level, yada, yada. He's going to pass the ball. He's not going to be on some selfish, stupid ass shit. So, like, when I hear a player isn't necessarily the best playmaker, they're too concerned about the ball sticking. At some point, he's going to be, like, he's already a grown-ass man. But at some point, he's really going to be, like, 28, 30 years old. He's not going to be this selfish motherfucker. Like, people be jazzing all-time greats and shit doing that. I'm like, bruh.
Plus, he was on a bad team. It wasn't
game recognized.
He was on an LSU
team. He was good. That was a good team. They have another cat who's in this draft. His name is Trendon Watford, who's pretty good. But they led the country in isolations last year. So he wasn't really coming off P&R a lot. Like a lot of this stuff, it was just him just destroying 1, 2, or 3 dudes every possession. So when you put him in the league with all that spacing, I don't know what he's going to do to these cats, bro.
I ain't mean bad for that. I mean bad. Well, I didn't mean bad as a bad team. I mean bad as in to display those abilities. But again,
gotcha.
I don't think it like the playmaking. His scoring is his playmaking, in my opinion. From the little that I saw today, like his scoring will draw enough to where when he does pass the ball, he'll be considered a great playmaker. But let's get back in line for a second. At the second pick, Houston has the second pick. Mobley, Green, we see a lot of things about Green. Green and Kevin Porter Jr. are supposedly really tight all of a sudden. But what are we thinking that Houston is going to do with that second pick?
They're going to get Jalen Green. If y'all didn't know this, there is beef between the Mobleys and KPJ.
I did not know that.
There is some beef there.
USC type stuff? From
USC type stuff, yeah. So if y'all didn't know, Evan Mobley's dad, he came on to coach at USC back in 2018, I believe. When he came on, that was the same year that KPJ came in up from Seattle, right? Mm-hmm. So in that year, something happened. So there's some type of beef there. I'm not sure what's going on, but I don't see Mobley going there. I think that will be one of the reasons.
That's interesting.
I was going to bring up KPJ in the sense of Jalen Green, KPJ. I don't know exactly Green's play style, but based off what I heard, he's this efficient scorer. Sounds like a hell of a player, but the issue is KPJ's right there too. I'm not saying you dare pass up on Green for KPJ, but what do you do with KPJ in that regards? Does he just come off the bench now? Is he?
I think you playing both.
Playing both at the same time. Think they will play together?
You playing both?
Because I don't know. Like I said, I don't know shit about the draft.
Yeah, so like I think that, the league is at a point where like, you don't always need a point guard, in my opinion. Because there are so many players now who can be a point forward, right? There's so many players now who can be two really good shooting guards who can both initiate off PNR, beat guys off the bounce, anything like that. So I don't think they need your prototypical like point. Like you don't need to have a Trey. You don't need to have a CP3. You can be just as dangerous with two bigger guards out there playing off of each other. If there's good chemistry, it can always work for sure.
Like I said, I just made that point as well. So I'm not opposed to it necessarily. I was just like, if he's not that guy at all with the playmaking, then let me know. But if he can get it done with KPG, that KPG.
So does that mean everybody believes that? And I know when he was doing what he was doing, even in Cleveland, I was early on the KPJ train. But now we're talking about a situation where Houston is a really, really, really kind of believing in him, like locking him down, saying he's a guy of the future. And this question go to B Souls, but are we really thinking that KPJ can be a franchise player or even a second guy even?
I think he has the potential to be, but I need to see more than the how many games he played in Houston last year. I can't make that call right now, but I'm leaning towards yes from what I've seen, but it just hasn't been that much to me, at least.
And how do you feel about KPJ, Kevin Porter Jr., the third? How do you feel about him?
I haven't watched enough to make a opinion on that.
Omar, how do you feel, man? How do you feel?
I mean, Kevin Porter Jr., listen, there's a class that I think that there are players in. Luka, you see what I'm saying? Cade is in there. Kevin Porter Jr. No, I feel like for him it's about consistency. Like some of this stuff is like you'll have really amazing moments that I just can't ignore. Like he'll do some really amazing things, whether it be scoring wise or they be facilitating wise. But the consistency isn't there, and I think that's the thing that will separate him. But for them to be saying, this early, like, yo, we're believing in you. I guess it says a lot. Like it says that they feel a certain way about Kevin Porter Jr. And especially with the players that they're constructing around him. They got Christian Woods as well. Now they're going to get Jalen Green. That sounds like a pretty solid young team. But I can't say that he's there yet, if that makes sense. Like you said, I would need to see more games, more consistency, but I feel like he has everything needed to be that guy. Mm-hmm. I just need to see more of it.
Real quick. Shout out to the 173 in the chat. You know what I'm saying? Going crazy. Y'all see that sub going, man. 9 more right there. 9 more.
Yeah, if y'all don't sub, we're going to stop this podcast, like mid-podcast.
Immediately.
I'll leave.
Mid podcast. Shout out to the YouTube subscribers as well.
YouTube going crazy, man. YouTube going crazy.
Shout out to the TikTok followers. Shout out to everybody. Apple, everybody. Subscribe everywhere. Tell a friend and tell a friend and tell a friend. But okay, so with Jalen Green, we talked about what his ceiling could be in, but what could be what's a middle, I guess, and then what's a bottom? Like what's his floor?
Who, Green?
Yeah, Jalen Green.
Ooh.
We want to prepare for the worst case scenario. If I'm a Houston fan, I need to know.
I think a middle would be like a DeJounte Murray.
That's pretty good for a middle.
He'll be like a Murray. I
don't know.
And number 2.
When I say
that's kind of tough.
When I say bottom, man.
You mean he could be bad? Like what do you? Why are you saying it like that?
Like if he got the yips or something like Fultz.
Dang, Fultz is a bottom. Dang.
Damn.
No. But what happened with him? Like with Philly? Mm-hmm. Like that is weird. Uh-huh. Like my man's forgot how to play basketball.
Yeah, they took a shot.
That is
like that was strange. And for him to go from that to where he's at now, highly commendable.
Yeah.
Because I think that takes so much mental toughness. I don't think people understand, bro. Like people were legit like, yo, does he need to see someone? Right? Because it got that bad. Like my man's couldn't even he would, it was like his jump shot, he lagged all the time. Nah, it's like, bro, like, what is your connection right now? Like what is
he had that L internet?
Yo, bro, like it was so bad. And
the free throw
for him to go from there to getting paid now to like get to that second contract, shows a lot of mental toughness. But I would think bottom would be him catching the yips.
Could if he catches the yips? So we'll say this, or well, let me ask this. Catching the yips for me is like, okay, he forgets how to shoot. But is he still going to be a good enough defender to make him maybe like a basketball player for a long time? Can he defend is really the question.
He is going to be athletic enough. And he can have, and he'll be able to be quick enough, and he'll be able to do things like that where he is, more of that defender. I mean, shoot, we can even say he's like I don't know, man. Like Gary Trent Jr. light.
Oh, that's not bad.
We're talking, which also isn't bad.
Yeah, as I see a lot of upside that's not bad, man. That's not bad.
I see a lot of upside with Green, man. Even if he becomes a more 3-and-D player where he's playing really good defensively and he's more of a spot-up guy because he can shoot it well enough, and he no longer really has that off-the-bounce prowess. He could be like a 3-and-D guy, but still, I mean, he should be okay either way. Right. He should be okay either way.
A question.
They have him going number 2 for a reason.
Yeah, he's a really talented prospect, even from like the clips I've seen already. And I don't want to base off clips too much, but I've seen like his stat lines and shit. A question I do have for you is Brandon Boston. Is it BJ Boston?
Man, so sad, bro.
He was a player that was like really highly touted going into just even like a year ago, but now I don't really hear him in conversations. So what happened with him? What happened with him?
Man, so look, if y'all don't know who Brandon Boston is, you're talking about a former like top 10. I think he was like number 7 coming out of
high school.
No, yeah, coming out of college, like number 7. He was like 6, 7, or 8, and 6'6", 6'7", shooting guard, lengthy, and you're just like, okay, this dude, okay, he's got it. He's the goods. He would be like a rich man's version of Mikal Bridges. Like that's kind of how like I saw him, right?
Yeah.
Really good 3-and-D guy, can hit you with 2 or 3 dribbles off the bounce, had good length. But he went to Kentucky and everything that you don't want to happen to a top 10 recruit kind of happened. He got into a situation where, his minutes were fluctuating. He was getting booed by the fans. He was very inconsistent from the field. And I've said this before. I'm like, if BJ Boston had elected to sit out or go G League, he would have still been a top 15 pick. Because I think going those routes, it's almost an insurance, right? Because if you go G League, even if he struggles, they're going to give him the benefit of the doubt. Like, okay, but he was playing against this person and this person. He's still around pros, right? And he is in an environment for him to succeed, not for him to fail. Or just go the Darius Baisley route, go intern at New Balance for a year and still become a first-round pick. That is the insurance part. But he goes to Kentucky and just gets completely exposed. And I'm not sure what that's going to do for his confidence. He's still a good player, but he got exposed a bit, and they got him going like early mid-second round, which is nuts. Like he was top 15 lock.
So do you think he's still that talent, or was he like actually overrated after what we saw in college?
He may have been overrated, and you don't want to find out that you're overrated until you get drafted.
Right.
Like once you get drafted, and then like, oh, he's been overrated this whole time.
But I got that
you
contract,
got your 4 years. You got your 4 years.
Overrated my
That's
ass.
all that matters.
Got the bag
exactly.
Right here.
Like you just gotta fake it. You gotta fake it, and they got him. They got him.
Let me ask you a question, because I feel like this is a part of the newer culture. Why is it always this idea that these players kind of have to go, or they're expected to leave after 1 year? Because everything you're saying about Brandon Boston, I remember it. I remember when Bronny went to Sierra Canyon. I remember when Wade's son went there, and this is the guy who quote unquote was playing in front of him that kind of overshadowed Wade's son or whatever.
And Zaire Williams was there too.
Yeah, Zaire Williams was there too. So I've heard a lot about him from Sierra Canyon days. But my question is, you went to Kentucky, it didn't work out. Like it just didn't. Whether it was school choice or this current year of Kentucky basketball, whatever the case may be. Why go forward with trying to get drafted? Why not go into the transfer portal? Why not play another year at Kentucky? Why not attempt to go to the G League? Like, why not try to do these things? Is this the culture from today with saying like, yeah, you're highly touted in high school, so you do a one and done. Like you just have to do a one and done.
Almost like it is in your hands, and it's almost like you have this. It's almost like a business plan. When you're 15, 16 years old, you hear all this stuff. And if you look back at the top 10 picks over the last 3 or 4 years, I'm sorry, not top 10 picks, top 10 recruits from each class over the last 3 or 4 years. I didn't go further than that, but just the last 3 or 4 years. If you're a top 10 recruit, you're in the NBA outside of like 1, maybe 2 people. So out of 40 people, 38 are in the league. Right? He was in that top 10. So he sees it. His circle sees it. It is a race. It's not a marathon. It's a race. Like time, they don't want time. They want that NBA draft to be, if he could have got drafted out of high school, he'd be gone. Amani Bates, if he could get drafted this year, he'd be gone. But he has 2 more years before he can get drafted. He's not eligible for 2022. He's eligible for 2023. Right?
Yeah.
And from now until 2023, this is the most anxiety-ridden time of that dude's life. Same with BJ Boston. When he was a senior, he's like, okay, got 1 more year left. I'm almost there. It's a race.
Yeah.
It's a race. He just happened to go down a really bumpy path, bro. And he's still trying to race, bro. He's still racing. He may have a leg chopped off, got no arms, but he's hopping to that finish line because he wants to get there.
Isn't that detrimental though? Like, because ultimately,
it is.
If he gets drafted late first round, second round, or they're talking about mid second round, or if he doesn't get drafted at all, that will be detrimental for his whole, career as a basketball player. Then he's having to fight in the G League. Then he's having to fight overseas with these other guys. When in all reality, there's a world where he could go back another year, play college ball, and come out better than ever, or go to the Ignite and, you know what I'm saying, prove himself in a different way. It's just that's weird. It's a weird space because now if you stay a year or 2 extra, you're labeled as this type of guy. Like something's wrong with you, or you're not that prospect, or you always get this kind of asterisk or this stigma or something like that. I just wanted to.
Yeah. So like, just a heads up, he can't go Ignite once he starts college. Ignite is only for high school graduates. But it takes so much mental fortitude to be able to come off from something like that, whether go somewhere else or come back to Kentucky, and you would have to outperform who you were supposed to be in order to even reap some of that back, right? There's this dude out there named Quentin Grimes. I'm not sure if you're familiar with him or not. Quentin Grimes went to Kansas, top 10 recruit, about 3 or 4 years ago, right? Goes to Kansas, plays okay, doesn't live up to expectations. Kansas fans were blowing him off, whatever. We don't want you here anymore. 6'5", 6'8" wingspan, goes to Houston for 2 years. His first year, he did okay. This past year, leads them to a Final Four, averaging 18 a game, shoots over 40% from three on over 8 attempts. He's worked himself back into being late first, early second round. And that's overcoming all of that stuff. Like, that's someone who was a top 15, top 20 guy. And he more than outperformed who he was. But because the fact that he's older, then he had, all that stigma and all that stuff occur. But like mental toughness, a lot of these kids don't have it. They're just trying to finish the race. Others, like Quentin Grimes, he saw it as a marathon. He's like, okay, it's not this year. It's all good. Let me try another lap right quick.
Yeah. Another question I have is, I feel like you can make an argument, a really strong argument. I feel like there's more avenues to get into the league, especially with the G League and overseas play. However, as we've kind of talked about, the level of talent in these NBA drafts and the NBA in general is crazy. So do you think it's harder than ever to make the NBA?
Yes, I think so. I think it's harder than ever to make the league because the scouting right now is unbelievable. It is so good right now at all levels with, social media, and you have all the technology out there. That's why you've seen another example. The top 10 recruits over the last 4 years, 38 of the 40 are either in the league or they're about to be in the league, right? That's because they're basing a lot of their rankings off of how likely will this person be in the NBA. So scouting has already gotten a lot better. So not only do you have that, there's a reason why you have more international players now. I believe, 25% of the league is international now?
Something like that. It's high.
Yeah, look at Team Nigeria. I mean, they just went, 0-2 in the Olympics, but they have 8 or 9 current and former NBA players on that team. I mean, it's unreal. And now guys are able to go pro as a high schooler with this whole overtime league. You have that going. You can go play in the NBL over in Australia or New Zealand. You can go this whole G League Ignite. You can just elect not to play, and that won't hurt your stock all that much. And throw on the fact that these kids are just getting better and better every single year, man. And they're getting bigger and they're getting stronger and they're getting faster. We're going to look back and we're going to be like, this sounds crazy though, right? This sounds crazy, but we're going to look back and we're going to be like, in about 20, 25 years, could LeBron do LeBron things nowadays?
They're already doing that with people like Jordan and shit.
That's going to get it. They did it with Jordan. And O's reaction right there, they probably did the same reaction. They're like, Jordan? It's like, man, Jordan's going to be the strongest, the highest jumper and all this stuff. But, we're going to come to a time where, we're going to look back and we're just going to be like, we're going to look back at some of our superheroes and we're going to be like, they're kind of mid compared to today, bro.
No, that's something that they do now, especially in the green rooms. It seems like they randomly select a player from yesteryear and they title a room. And with Sean Marion,
yeah,
is he really, you know what I'm saying?
This green room NBA Twitter thing, it's first of all, appreciate the Lego, my boy. Yes, sir, we like that out of you.
How many was that? My shit's frozen right now.
5, 6, something like that.
Oh, shout out to the 5 subs, man.
But for example, and I've made a joke about it. I'll be like, oh, Dame would drop off John Stockton, right? I'll make a joke like that. But what's lately become basketball culture, and I actually kind of despise it, is for some reason, someone in the top 20 of all time necessarily, they just randomly on a random weekend just pick them and smoke their pack for the whole. And you already know what I'm talking about. Just smoke their pack for the whole day, and I just be on my phone, sitting out of it because I got into it one time. I was like, yeah, y'all pissing me off, bro, because it's shit that y'all wouldn't have said a week ago, and this player hasn't played for 5-10 years. So I'm like, you know what? All right, I'm just sitting back and watching. It will be between Melo, Wade, MVP Rose.
Oh my God,
they doing it with Wade today. Yeah, you see my LeBron TikTok, bro. Man. They're questioning if the Heat were a super team.
He were a super team. It's like it's just random narratives.
Revisionist history,
like Dwight Howard, is he a Hall of Famer? That whole era, it's just random great players that just random.
Somebody told me Dwight would be Clint Capella today, like dead ass. That's what they told me.
Like, bro, it's ridiculous. All my comment is when we talk about guys like CJ McCollum, sure, in 25 years, be like, because CJ really have cool. CJ might not age well with time. That's fine. Or a guy like Danny Green may not age well with time. That's fine. But when we're talking about guys like LeBron, MJ, Wilt, like those guys, they're all-time great for a reason. There are 20 players, and that you were given a task to name 15, 20 players all time. Their name came to your mind. It's in your mind for a reason. They're going to be fine for a long time, if not eternally. So I just think that what you said was valid, by the way. I'm not disagreeing with what you said. What you said was 100% valid. People are.
Oh no, it's all good.
Yeah, people are going to do it, but I just think it's bullshit when they do it.
It is.
Yeah, when they do it, it's bullshit. What
they were like,
definitely gonna.
They'd be like, "Yo, who gonna discredit today, bro? Let's see."
Right.
Oh, he looks trash. He looks trash. Let's
they go by. I'll tell you. They go by field goal percentage, but that's another. That field goal percentage. They go
Jason
by
Kidd, 41%.
Jason Kidd is so terrible to this kids. But let's go back through. I want to get to some of these people's favorite teams. I think this is where the draft gets really, really interesting. There's another concept that I just don't understand from like a GM perspective is trading down. I would do it a lot. I would just do it all the time. So. Specifically 3, 4, 5, and 6. And who do we have? 3 is Cleveland, 4 is Toronto, 5 is Orlando, 6 is OKC. Mm-hmm. What do we have going on at 3, 4, 5, and 6?
3 is Mobley. He's going to go to Cleveland, I believe. I think Jalen Suggs is going to go to Toronto. He's going to go to Toronto. At 5, I'm hearing who's at 5? Is that Orlando?
Orlando.
I think Scotty Barnes may end up there. Barnes or Bouknight. Barnes or Bouknight right now are like 5 and 6 for me. I think they're going to go 5 and 6. I'm not that high on Bouknight as most people are, which is fine.
Oh, Bouknight's a player. Or when we say Bouknight earlier, I thought you were talking about like the Devin Booker, Brandon Knight draft range.
What?
I was telling you, I don't know shit about this draft, bro. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I'm like, oh shit, they're talking about a player.
They said Bouknight. I said, who the fuck is that?
He said the Devin Booker, Brandon Knight.
You know what I'm saying? What's going on? What's going on there?
I swear to God. In all respect in the world, if you was out here with the terminology of Bouknight to describe his picks, fucking
these souls, what are you doing? Maybe his top 50 is bad. I don't know. So the reason why I say this is interesting because I wanted to get everybody's take. I think we're going on year 3 of the Darius Garland, Colin Sexton experiment. What's Cleveland's move? What's Cleveland's move? What's Cleveland's move?
One of them.
I think they should trade. They should trade Sexton. In my opinion.
Oh my God! Everybody keeps.
I think they should move Sexton.
I think they should move on because Sexton is going to demand a lot of money, and you can't pay that dude what he wants. You can't. If you want to compete for a playoff spot. Championship, you want to sell tickets, you can't pay him that type of money. You just can't do it.
Hey,
that's the only argument. So you brought it up. So that'd be my only argument as to why you trade Sexton. I ain't gonna lie.
That's it. Like, I don't mind him as a player.
Yeah. Sexton likes that.
So
he's a good player.
And that means you rolling with the big man though? You rolling with Mobley and Garland?
They're not going to be good next year anyway. You know, they are a couple of trade moves, and they're about 1 or 2 drafts away from even forming a half decent club.
I thought we said that about Cleveland like 2 years ago.
Well, and then Kevin Love just stopped hooping in the
Bruno Caboclo of the NBA, bro. Crazy. Of NBA teams.
I have to say, I'm glad you admitted that with Cleveland, because my biggest fear of this entire podcast, I was going to be to myself, is that every team has a chance to make the playoffs. No, it's only 10 spots now. It used to be 8. It's only 10 spots now. It's going to be 5 teams where no matter what they do, they're not getting in. It's just as simple as that. I think Cleveland is for sure that team that just ain't going to get it done, bro. It's Garland, whether it's Garland or Sexton, hell, they have Garland, Sexton, and Mobley. They not yet at least. Damn, I don't know. Sexton though, man, because Sexton.
I just don't know about Darius Garland. Darius Garland is not who I thought he was, to be quite honest with you.
Better than I thought he would. But Garland's better than what I thought he was. Looking at his numbers again, watching some film, but he's still not good enough to where I value him untouchable either. So that's a whole tricky situation to me personally. Because I wouldn't say he's untouchable at all. Now I think about it.
Another prospect that I wanted to bring up to the panel, so Ann can inform us a little bit more. Scotty Barnes. Tell us a little bit about what you see Scotty Barnes' ceiling and floor is, and who he is as a player.
Scotty Barnes. The more I watch him, the more I see a baby Giannis. Not sure if, but like,
what the
here's the thing.
I thought you was gonna say Draymond.
No. But Draymond is kind of a baby Giannis too. But like, look, you put Giannis in a 6'7" body, he's not doing the same things that he's doing now. Okay. I think
like Anthony Bennett,
skill level, and size. His motor, he just doesn't stop. Like, imagine Giannis at 6'8", but he doesn't have. But one thing that Giannis is able to do at 7 feet tall, he's able to overcome a lot of his liabilities, so he can play a certain way. I think Scotty Barnes, he's not going to be able to do certain things that Giannis can do. So that's where you see him more of like a Draymond type of deal.
Is it like a Zion Draymond hybrid? Like around there?
Not Zion. I can't compare anybody to Zion because Zion's a freak. He's 6'5", got a 50-inch vert, and he's 400 pounds. Like that shit doesn't make sense, bro.
The fact that hyperbole was only so off is wild. Like
just a little bit. Off by like 20 pounds, like 7 inches.
Dog. Zion does not make sense, bro. He doesn't make sense. He does not make sense. I have seen, look. I've seen some crazy stuff. I mean, I played against dudes who were 7'8". They ran a zone. They had a dude at 7'8", 7'4", and 7'3" on the wings. Like, I've seen the craziest
on the
stuff.
same team?
What kind of basketball is this?
We beat their ass by like 40, but
who's on your team?
It's out there physically.
Who on my team?
Yeah.
Oh, it was me, Rajon Rondo, Josh Smith, and a bunch of like Division I cats.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, so we were good, but I've seen some wild stuff. I have never ever seen a player like Zion. Not even close to him. Someone like him should not be able to move the way he does, bro. Like 300, and he's strong as hell. Dude was told when he was 14 years old, like, yo, you're not going to be able to bully people all your life. He said, all right, bet. And this nigga is in the NBA doing the same thing that he's been doing since middle school.
Yeah. Every step of the way, they doubted him, too, because of, like, how much he was dominating his competition. It's like, nah, dude, he's just built different. Yeah. It is what it is, dude.
Was the one dude. And like I said, it's like I said, it makes me sound terrible, but it's so true. When I don't be watching college like that, I watch March Madness and move on with my life.
Same. Me and Sage are the exact same.
Like 1 or 2 games, but I can tell by how people talk. I can tell by the few times I do see it. And honestly, I can tell by the highlights. Some people got in, some don't. When I saw Zion, I said, dog, what are they gonna do to him? I said, bro, what is you about to do to this man that takes 1 dribble, pounds the ball, catches it at his chest, and then leaps over the rim? I'm like, what are you gonna do with that? what are you about to do with that? And then people talking about I'm like, bro, he's going to pound the ball and dunk it over you. Like, what are you gonna do about
it? Zion out of shape was still good for like 20-7.
Zion's crazy, bro.
Yeah,
Zion doesn't make sense to me. He just doesn't make sense. And he's what you would. That is called a unicorn. When it takes more than one. When you have to have more than one comparison for a guy. That means that's a unicorn. If you could compare him to someone else, he's not a unicorn. Like KD, you can't really compare him to anybody.
That's true.
Who's that Jason
LeBron,
Tatum?
You can't do it.
Who's that Jason Tatum, Klay Thompson hybrid?
Patrick Baldwin Jr.
Is he a unicorn?
Let me pin him down.
Souls, you need to pull his highlights up, bro. Look, I did a breakdown on this cat. I've never smiled so much.
It's hilarious.
I've never smiled so much watching someone play basketball. Like my man's is 6'10", 30, yeah. 30, yeah.
He said,
It's great. It's crazy, bro. Pat Baldwin Jr., bro.
Imagine Jason Tatum shooting like 45% from 3.
Remember that name. He chose to go to Wisconsin, Milwaukee over Duke because his dad coaches there.
Let's go back to for just 2 seconds. This Giannis comparison from Scotty Barnes. How does that? I think this is one of my more interesting teams. That's why I really want to know about them. Orlando's in like a weird situation. What do they do with him? Because I've heard so many things about him, and I'm actually really intrigued. I would want him to be on a better team because I feel like he'd be, better on a better team naturally. But what do they do with him with like Jonathan Isaac coming back, some non-shooting guards, and Markelle Fultz, and like Cole Anthony's okay? What do they do with him?
Well, first of all, Orlando broke up their group 3 years too late, in my opinion. They should have traded away Fournier and all those guys a minute ago.
Agreed.
But they waited. So now they're in this situation. What I think is he's someone you can plug in anywhere. He's one of those guys like a Draymond. He could come in the game for anybody and just fill whichever spot. You can't really put him at like one position because he could just float and guard multiple guys. I'm not sure if he can guard a 5 yet. I think when he gets older, he'll be able to once he understands, like a Draymond can guard 5s, right? But when you have, he can come in at like the 3 or the 4 and be completely fine. And other guys will just play off of him.
He said guard a 5 yet. I think that's the craziest thing I've ever heard about. Such a young prospect.
He can't get around it.
Let me. The player that I'm most interested in after Cade Cunningham, of course. Well, 2 players is him and Josh Giddey. There's an Australian kid named Josh Giddey.
Yeah,
who's supposed to have 6'8" point guard type. He's supposed to have a lot of potential as well.
I know that name off of.
I'm high on Australian cats. I'm very high on Australian players, because they translated very well to the league.
But you're telling me like somebody with a Draymond level potential, but better on offense. So then, and just say Giannis, like that intrigues me. And apparently he is supposed to be a guy that you can plug in anywhere and don't limit him to anything. Like don't limit him.
Don't limit him. Just let him do his thing.
the sky. I mean, he's coast. From what I heard, guys, about him, and I know B Souls and Sage don't watch too much college ball. I won't even say I do, but he's a guy who's grabbing it off the rim, going
coast to
coast, switching on defense on basically any position, any guy in the league. Can guard some of the best forwards. Can get disruptive in like the passing lanes, and like Ant said, energy motors off the charts. So that type of guy, IQ is high as well. Basketball IQ is high as well. That type of guy is like amazing, but to see him go to Orlando is terrible.
Yeah, I'm with you there. When it comes to having a high motor, high energy, in my opinion, that is a top 3 skill that you have to have if you are a forward or center. If you have a high motor and have a high energy, you can make it in the league. It's the dudes who have low energy, want to play too cool. Those are the ones that you see become busts. Right. But those who don't care about how they look, they're going to dive on the floor. They're going to get dirty. They're going to play hard for you. Those are the ones who are going to last and get a lot better as they get older and as they continue to mature and refine all their ball skills.
Mm-hmm. What do you think about Victor Wembanyama? I don't even know which. Yeah, what draft is he eligible in?
2023. 2023.
Isn't he the French guy?
Yeah, he's 7'4". Kristaps Porzingis type.
Tingus Pingus?
Not Tingus Pingus.
Tingus Pingus. No, but he is. He could shoot the ball. Watching him versus Chet was very interesting. I want to watch some more of that. I would love to go back and watch Victor versus Chet because Chet doesn't back down from anyone. Like Chet Holmgren is a dude. He goes and looks for the smoke. A lot of these dudes who are coming up as recruits, like they dodge certain players. Mm-hmm. They dodge certain teams. They dodge certain competition because they want to keep up that facade, right? It's a race, right? It's a race.
Yeah.
You got this much time to get to the draft, and then you're good, right? But Chet, this dude last fall, he was flying all over the country playing every top 5 player he could. He played Amani Bates on ESPN and then flew out to play Paolo Banchero and Peyton Watson. Like, he's playing the top dudes. He loves to smoke. So I want to go back and actually watch that game between him and Victor because Chet goes after it. And I know Victor had a decent game, and I know Chet did too. And the fact that Victor didn't back down from him, that tells me a lot. But you can't teach 7'4". I mean, he's out there messing around with Rudy Gobert, and Rudy was out there looking like Dabo Cephalosha.
I'm about to say
he was looking a little. He was looking about 6'7", like, dang, man. Like, this dude is ginormous, bro.
I heard Skip comparing Chet Holmgren to Larry Bird already. I'm like,
oh, bro.
Compared to Luka.
That's because Skip hates. That's because Skip hates Luka, though. That's because Skip hates Luka. That's all that is.
Come on, man. Chet is a unicorn. So I compared Chet to Kristaps, KG, and a little bit of Kevin Durant. Like those three.
Yo.
Those three.
That's what we did. God. You talking about like play style or like level of okay.
Play style. Like Chet. I'm talking him like
because I'm still trying to get over Jason Tatum and Klay Thompson, man.
See, look, you know what? Hold on, man. I'm about to plug something.
Yo,
I'm about
Jason
to plug
Tatum,
this. Give me a
Klay Thompson. Tomorrow in the group message, I'm finna be texting y'all all day. Yo, this really is Jason Tatum, Klay Thompson.
Yo, I'm about to show y'all something, bro.
Do y'all know what type of player it is?
Nah, that is a sidestep from 35. That's money.
That's 50% from.
Hey, and then defense on the other end too.
Oh my God, the best defender in the league.
That's literally what Kyle Kuzma thinks he is. That's crazy.
Hey, no funny. No funny.
He said he defending 1 through 4 and dropping 25 a game, bro.
Bezos, how many in the chat?
We got like 150, 160,
Okay, shout out.
160.
Shout out. What's the sub? What we had in the sub vote on?
4 unique, but we had around like 6 overall.
Listen, guys,
gifted.
I still love the 160 in the chat. I don't know why we don't have 160 subs.
Okay.
I still love the 160 in the chat. I don't know why we don't have 160 subs. I just don't.
I put it in the chat for you. I put it in the chat.
Hold on. Wait, you can share your screen on this on Discord, and we can watch it from here.
For real?
Yeah.
I only see.
I don't know how to do that.
Bottom of your screen, right next to the camera, there's a share your screen button, and then you can.
Oh, Bezos, do it from your thing. Quick, over the link and then
Okay.
do it.
Yeah, do it. I don't even have Chrome. Hold on.
But
Wait,
with that,
who am I pulling up?
I put the link in the chat.
I don't know why, but it came up as like 3 asterisks. I don't know if they have like some moderation thing.
Oh shoot.
If you could just tell me his name, that's fine.
It's Patrick. It's Patrick Baldwin Jr.
All right, hold on, chat. Hold on. For the audio people, we about to watch his highlights, man. Kind of look like Click. All right, chat. There we go. All right, y'all can see it as well on Discord. Let's check it out. Check out the first one.
Oh my God. Lego done build y'all broke niggas out. Bro.
What the fuck? Lego with the 10 gifted, man. Crazy.
Lego done build y'all broke niggas the fuck up on out. That don't mean y'all don't tee up. That mean, bro, get like Lego.
Hold on, chat. My internet.
Some niggas just built different. Y'all looking real weak compared to that nigga. That's tough. Couldn't
right now.
If I saw a nigga wilding like that, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna do better. But y'all just thank you, pussy. I guess I don't know.
All right, I ain't gonna lie. This shit is just not loading. It is what it is.
Hold on. Share screen.
Yeah, at the bottom. Yo, shout out to Lego for the 10, man. We reached our goal, man. Shout out to him. Is Omar still here?
He just muted some shit. Oh, come on. Right.
Your screen. I'll share this one.
All right.
Let me know if y'all can see it.
All right, we can see it.
And Klay Thompson. With Klay, the similar demeanor on the court, the way they can attack you, and of course, their shooting prowess. With Jason Tatum, just being a great shooter, very smooth, and really does the lowest grade of the entire video. 6'10" guys should not be able to handle the rock like this. You'll see later how unfair he is. He does a great job at getting low against the defense before utilizing his first step. Splitting the defense or maneuvering around the defense without much pushback. He's as a junior. He handles the ball like a guard. He's a junior here. Carries himself like a pro when he's in attack.
Oh yeah, he moving like Tatum.
Seeing the way he starts to push out his dribble, the first of the shooting.
Ain't that right, Omar?
At 6'10",
he moving like Tatum.
He is easily shooting over defenders. Shows a sweet stroke and with a nice form and perfect release. His feet are always set. Jumps straight up and down on his shot and finishes on balance. Doesn't matter if he's sitting still, waiting on the pass, moving, or coming off of a screen. His steps or his hop into
I like how Ant got us watching his video. This is fire.
Flawless.
W promo, man.
Very flawless, endless range.
Okay.
Still a pure shooter off the bounce. For this, he's getting another A+.
But when does he come out again?
And that's
next year.
There's not much you can do defensively.
So I was about to play. He's supposed to be there.
You saw earlier how
cross step back. He a hooper.
When they decide to
he nice, bro.
What is he projected to be? Like
with that simple combo.
I'm not sure. I mean, like right now it's pretty loose, but it's like lottery-ish.
A hard combo and ball.
Lottery-ish.
Lottery-ish.
Which is more than
well, because
what the
right now the mocks just like don't know. The mocks don't know anything.
All right, I'm gonna stop watching. That's some good footage though. That's some good footage.
Lottery-ish.
Lottery.
Yeah, so yeah.
You should be going number one. What the fuck?
That's how good, dog. I'm telling you, like that's how good Next Class is, bro. Like they got him going, I think, like late lottery, and that's from his junior year.
Oh, that's from his. He's going into his senior year. Okay,
that was when he was in the 11th grade. He's going into college now.
Oh, okay.
Let me ask one more question before we move on to some other basketball stuff, non-draft related.
We can do the
Q&A. I want to ask about Josh Giddey too. But who is yeah, that's what I wanted because I know people are going to have questions about how he feels about people play other players. But who do you feel in this draft is being overrated? I guess that's the only way to put it. Like, who do you feel is?
Man, I got a whole list.
Damn. I thought this draft was good.
It's okay. It's okay. I think Book Knight is overrated. I think Garuba is overrated. I think Jalen Suggs is overrated. I think he'll be okay, but he's not. He's not a top 4 guy, in my opinion. Moses Moody is like a Mikal Bridges. And Mikal Bridges, I think, is pretty decent going like mid-first. So I'm going to call him overrated. Man, I think Davion Mitchell's overrated going top 10.
Yikes.
I think Keon Johnson's overrated if they have him going top 10. Jaden Springer. I think Corey Kispert's overrated going lottery, top 15. I think Josh Christopher shouldn't go first round. Miles McBride, I think he should go early second, late first. Any higher, he shouldn't go. I can go down the line. I think there's a lot of second round cats that should be going first. Like I think Sandro Mamukelashvili from Seton Hall, I think he should go first round. Dude named EJ Onu, who played at an NAIA last year, I think he should go first round. But they won't do it because they're either older or they didn't play NCAA.
Mm-hmm.
Let's that being said, it sounds like I was kind of wrong on this draft. Not even wrong, but I see what you're saying. It's really about placement. Let's take a hop over to the NBA because I know some people are gonna have questions and I want to give them a chance to get them off. Free agency. 2 big guys, free agency and trade market right now. 2 names that are being thrown out there are some of our favorites, Kyle Kuzma and Ben Simmons. It's been reported by Woj that Philly is asking for a Harden-esque package.
For Ben Simmons?
For Ben Simmons. Philly is asking. If you
don't take CJ McCollum and get the fuck out.
So he's saying, Sage, how do you feel about Philly asking for a Harden? Now, mind you, there's only one James Harden, so I just don't. How do you feel about that? How do you feel about the Harden-esque package for?
They living in 2018. It's the Simmons get a jump shot era. I mean, it's been 5 seasons, whether we want to accept that or not. It's been 5 seasons. The man is making $35 million now. He's still relatively young in terms of human life, but he's a veteran in the league now. It's only but so much growth from this point that we can realistically talk about. He can become a better player, sure. I'm not saying his career is over, but Harden, that's like 2 years ago. Biso said get CJ and move on. I'm at the point where I'm like, the Blazers, they looking at that, they're like, I mean, we looking for a change. Do we want Simmons and Dame? Like, you talking about yin yang? That ain't even my.
He's been working in the offseason though.
That's fine. He can do a couple push-ups, sit-ups, and jump shots that he won't take in the game. That's perfectly fine. Power to you, Benjamin. What he's gonna have to do.
We're working on esports, bro.
I'm a fan of sending Ben somewhere where he cannot win games, or he has to work on his game. He has to work on his game. I'm a fan of sending him to a team like Indiana. I say Indianapolis. Indiana. A team like, because you got to think, Philly needs to. The reason it's so tough is because Philly has to still win while trading Ben Simmons. They can't trade for a young talent or whatever, because then Embiid's gonna be like, "Oh, word, okay, bet I'm gone," and that's simple. Either he's gonna demand a trade the following season when it's his last year, or you lose him for nothing. So that's why I said Indiana, because Indiana's like 8 deep of players that would start on championship teams. So Indiana's an option. Funny enough, and it's gonna sound a little wonky, Toronto, if you can get the right players for it, but I don't think Toronto has quite enough.
I don't know if the contracts line up. What about Cleveland, like a Sexton Ben Simmons deal? That'd be great.
Sexton Ben Simmons deal. That's a bit tricky to me, because I don't know if Colin Sexton and Joel Embiid are really about to do anything. I'm looking at it in terms of winning a title. Joel Embiid is easily one of the better talents in our league. I think he's starting to become a little downplayed now, but it's like you gotta.
That's not doing anything. That's your boy Colin Sexton, bro. Better than Ben Simmons. 25 on like 50, 40, 90, man. Hey.
Also, I stand these guards because I say they're good. He's good. I don't really give a fuck about winning a championship with Colin Sexton, though. I don't think he's at that level in his career yet. Damn, where the fuck does Ben go? I don't fucking know.
That's crazy.
It's so tough. Like I said, Omar will agree with me when he comes back to it, man. It's the football side of me.
No.
Ben here, man. Year too early for a year too late. I already done seen they couldn't play together.
Mm-hmm.
I already done said it. I said 3 years ago they could not play together. Trade one of them now. I was wrong. The answer is trade Ben. It was not one or the other. I think I have a whole video where I said you might trade both. Again, wrong. Benjamin Simmons. They waited way too long. Now we're in a situation where you can't even go backwards. You kind of have to be good while trading Ben Simmons. You likely got to trade somebody else. That's probably one thing I'm not thinking about, is packaging other players to trade up from Simmons. But
at this point, if I was Philly, I'd just hold on to him until the trade deadline. I ain't gonna lie, because every single year, man, December, January, February. Oh my, Ben Simmons' versatility is just, oh my God, it's to die for. It's to die for, you know. And we've seen the weakness in his game for the last 2 to 3 years, but for some reason, every time around that time, people just forget about it. So honestly,
because people try to bypass it.
Yeah, they try to bypass it because when they see his versatility in the regular season, it's like, you know, that's crazy, which it is, like other aspects of the game. But yeah, to me,
they need?
You said, what do they need?
Who do the Sixers need? Like, forget who you're going to send them to. Who do the Sixers need?
The Sixers need somebody Joel Embiid can kick the ball out to. Facilitation is perfectly fine and all, but they need somebody who Joel Embiid can trust creating their own offense that is above the level of a Tobias Harris.
Kyle Lowry. They need
Brad Beal.
Bradley Beal. I don't think the Wizards do that. That's the thing.
I don't think so.
The Wizards have been thirsty.
Lowry, and he's from Philly.
Okay, Lowry's not that bad. The reason why I was saying Pacers all the time, I was thinking Malcolm Brogdon.
Ben Simmons and Russell Westbrook on the same team. Oh my God.
Yeah. And nobody's shooting.
An NBA YouTube channel will make a career out of that. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. You do 5 Wizard videos, you have 100,000.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Ben Simmons and Russ on that. You talk about oh no. Damn. But yeah, Malcolm. you could even get risky with it and get a creator. That's why I say I think the Pacers are literally the team that they talk to, because you could try LeVert even. You just gotta get somebody, or in my opinion, facilitation. You can acquire that.
They should have got Lowry, bro.
The Lakers and the Sixers fumbled that.
They should have got Lowry or Harden, and they would literally be champions if they pulled the trigger.
I got slandered to the motherfucking oblivion for it, and I just sat back. I said, like, look, a lot of times, chat, YouTube, I hear you, but sometimes I just know I'm right, and I was just like, oh, okay, I'll wait. And when the Lakers and the Sixers bullshit on getting Kyle Lowry, I said, nobody's winning a chip here. I said, nobody's winning a chip here. There's no way the Lakers ain't do that shit for THT. There's no way the Philly ain't do it for, like, Tyrese Maxey or some shit. Like, nah, bro. They weren't about that chip shit for real, bro. If even if Simmons was there, they had Kyle Lowry, they don't lose to ATL, bro. I don't know if they beat Milwaukee.
Relax.
He said they'll lose to ATL.
Relax. We did things the Trey way.
Bro.
I actually.
Never mind. Go ahead.
I agree with Biso said though. Keep them. Try to rebuild some of that. I don't know, trade value. I mean, if it's a situation where they have to like force him to score, like I don't know what that means per se. Maybe they have like a stretch of the season where they rest Joel Embiid, and then have him run the bench units with like 4 other non-scorers.
Just be like, well,
and then be like, listen, bro, if you don't shoot this, then we're looking at Dwight Howard shooting it or something like that. Like where he has like literally no choice to shoot it. And that way, you know, that with the versatility and all that, that'll build up some steam. But hey, I guess that's the only thing you can do with him. Another one of our darling favorites, the one, the only, Mr. 1 through 5, Kyle Kuzma. Apparently the Lakers went around and kicked the tires, had people kick the tires. They put a sign out with Kyle Kuzma on the side of the road saying for sale. And nobody bid. Notably,
I saw that Woj clip, man. I saw that Woj clip. He said literally there was a Woj clip that said literally the Lakers have thrown Kyle Kuzma and KCP at every single team and no one's biting. I'm like, yo.
And the only time I've ever done that is when I've gone on like 2K and you can select your players and then hit trade and then you go through all the teams.
Yeah.
I don't know if y'all ever done that and it said no trades come back.
Trade finder.
Yeah, the trade finder. So
niggas ain't got no offers in the finder.
What do we feel like is going on and with Kyle Kuzma? I mean, nobody's even coming by to look in the window.
Oh no, bro. But I will tell you this. I do got an incredible Kyle Kuzma story.
Go ahead.
We here for Ant's story time, man.
You already, gather around, my young children. No, but so first of all, I saw Kuz's mom's at Home Depot like 3 weeks ago.
Homer, chill out.
Go ahead.
No cap. Like you think no, funny story, bro. It's like it's real short, but back in my dating days, bro, I used to use like Plenty of Fish and all that stuff. So I got on there and matched with this lady, and we got to talking, and everything was cool. And she came through, and we were, chilling and kicking it. And she was like, "Yeah, I've got kids," and I was like, "Oh, okay, cool." And she was like, "One of them's a basketball player at Utah." I'm like, "Who plays at Utah?" And then
Kyle, where your mom at? Kyle, where your mom at? Yeah. Yeah, Kyle, where your mom at?
Where's Miss Cool? And out there looking like Drake, bro.
Oh, snap. No, but like, we hung up, think that just that one time. And then a couple years later, I see Kuzma get drafted. I'm like, yo, this kid was actually good. So I shot her a text. I was like, hey, congratulations. No text back, but it's all good.
He got left on red.
Not by Kyle Kuzma's mom. Not Kyle.
Yo, like, off some like real chill stuff. No, she's real cool. She's real cool, real chill.
He's from Michigan, right?
Good person. Yep. Yeah. So she, so like they're from like Flint, and right now I live about 5 miles west of Flint. I'm about to move out to back to the DC area here in literally like 3 weeks. I just sold the house, so but yeah, man, that's my Kuzma story.
Yo, Miss Kuz, text my man back.
I'm about to say, hey.
I'm good. I am good. I am married. I'm married. My wife my wife looks like Margot Robbie, so I am set. Yeah, man, she 5'11".
Okay, so Bezos, what do we feel about Kyle Kuzma? I mean, nobody. They didn't even offer goldfish for him. What's going on?
I don't know, bro.
What does he do that's special?
He guards 1 through 5, man. Don't you know that?
Does he guard it well?
Point guard, shooting guard, small forward, power forward, and center. And don't get it twisted.
And he can average 25 points per game. You ain't hear him say that?
And lead his team to the playoffs.
Man.
You ain't hear him say that?
All while being an all-star. So don't get it twisted, because I know what they basically described as all-star, but let's get understand, because a lot of people was trying to tell me I'm being hard on him. He could average a cool 23 if he puts up 20. No. He said he's going to average 25 points, guard 1-5, make the playoffs, and be an all-star. So there's no universe where he's on a trash team. No. He said he's going to do all of these things because he's just that guy.
What is a trash team with Kyle Kuzma? You know what I'm saying?
A trash team. On top of that, I just find it funny that he's not getting offers, because, like I say, there's times where I know I'm right. Like there's times where I know niggas are lying to me. That's how I know I'm right. That's honestly like my key thing to the media and shit. When I know people are tagging me and just lying, they're like, Kuz can do this, Kuz can do that. Cool. Where? and they had never. I've yet to hear where. I'm always hearing Kuz can go out there and average 25 on 25 shots. Yada. I'm like, okay, cool. Where and what would the Lakers get? Never something of any sense whatsoever. They talk about Sacramento. Who the fuck we gonna get? Healed for Kuz? You kidding me? Why would they do that?
Not for somebody averaging 25 points.
Why would they do that?
Y'all think that stunted the trade rumors? Like the trade prospects though? Like him saying what he was saying about what he could do?
A little bit, I feel like, but not too much.
What stunts him is the fact that people act like he's this young talent. That's the problem. Who's not young? Same like Kuzma's 26. Kuzma's 26 years old.
Kuzma's in this prime, bro.
Like Kuzma, this is prime Kyle Kuzma. This is the annoying part. People talk about this is 4th season, yada yada yada. Bro, first of all, it's his 5th. Dumbasses. Second of all, bro, he's literally in his prime. This is his physical prime. He's not gonna get taller. He's not gonna get faster. He's not gonna get that much stronger. This is physical prime. All the kid can do is get smarter, maybe shoot better. That's it. There's nothing else going into this shit, bro. So it don't make any sense as to why a team would necessarily want to trade for a $13 million unproven player. It doesn't make sense. If you were a GM, I tell people with this all the time. This is why I don't put myself in the trade finder. Like, I've never done a trade video. Likely never will. I'll talk about off-season moves, but I'll never do just trade rumor videos. It's because put yourself in the other team's situation. And this is what Lakers fans struggle with. And I'm glad as a Lakers fan, I don't. If I'm the Wizards, the Lakers call me for Kuz, Dennis Schroeder, KCP, and a 2027 first for Bradley Beal. What would you do? You'd hang up the phone and laugh. Same thing with like Boston. If the Wizards called Boston and like, oh, send fucking Brown, Smart, and Williams, and we'll send you Bradley Beal. Why would you do that? It sounds good from the Wizards' perspective, but why would you do that? That's the issue with Kyle Kuzma. It's like so many players that the Lakers not only want a upgrade from Kuzma, they don't have draft picks, they barely have young talent, and simultaneously Kuzma's such an unwanted player. It's like, why the fuck would they do business with the Lakers? So now the Lakers are in a situation where they're about to overpay Dennis. They're about to overpay Dennis, try to package Kuz and or KCP with that, just to try to get a player who's way past their prime, but could potentially be better than both, and maybe move the needle a little bit. But I think the Lakers are kind of fucked, honestly. The only championship thing they got to talk about is just LeBron and AD being LeBron and AD, which I think is valid, but that's a different story for a different day.
Yo, if they paid Dennis Schroeder, I saw what the rumors about them paying Dennis Schroeder. If they pay Dennis Schroeder and keep Kyle Kuzma, that's a big mistake.
Can't pay Schroeder.
They're about to be fucked.
Did you see the number that they were talking about for Schroeder?
No, I don't care what. It was over $5 million.
Oh, hey, it's like
but
it was 150, wasn't it? It was 150.
No, yeah, I saw one.
For who?
Dennis
the Menace.
Dennis Schroeder.
I think it was like
Dennis Schroeder.
Mm-hmm.
I'd rather play. Oh man,
Euro Rondo.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm with Ant 100%. and I know what Ant saying it was wild. But I'd much rather let Dennis walk, sign somebody for $5 million, because you can get someone like a half step worse than Dennis Schroeder for $5 million. Like I'm letting Dennis get the fuck up out of here for free before I pay Dennis Schroeder even over $60 million over 4 years.
I would rather them pay that to Tim Hardaway Jr.
No cap.
Facts. I'm not
no cap. Like that's actually zero troll. I'm dead.
Because Tim Hardaway is unconscious. Like, he doesn't give a shit about anything except getting buckets. I'm not worried about too much stuff, bro.
This is why I don't like the revisionist shit that we were talking about, because guys like the Tim Hardaway mindset, them shot chuggers, the J.R. Smiths, even, they had a role in this league for that time period, and they will continue to for a reason. Not everybody is just this system 3-and-D guy. Sometimes you need that player that will come out here, not give a single fuck about no stat. He putting up 5, 6, 7 shots off rip. And sometimes them shit's gonna fall. And when they do fall, it change your game. Not
everybody can play with AD and LeBron. Let's also get that out there too.
Yep.
I don't think a lot of people have the mental fortitude to be able to play with those cats and be able to perform as well too. You have to have a certain mental, you know. Dennis Hardaway is that dude too. So
Dennis for 150 is a wild number.
That's the worst contract in the league. I'm not even trolling. I'm not even trolling. That's worse.
Dennis for 150. It don't even matter how many years it's stretched over. I think they said it was like 5 or 6, but nevertheless,
really not like that's the worst contract.
I heard it was 100.
I see why NFL players be pissed off, bro.
I saw 150.
They're out here saying Dennis Schroeder 150.
Bezos, even if it's 100,
yeah, even if it's 100, yeah.
Even if it's 100, that's a god. That's terrible, bro.
Like we got Bertans making 15 a year. That's already crazy. You got Russ on the same team, might I add, you making 45. That's cool and all. Dennis Schroeder making $30 million a year is wild. And if it's for 150, I believe that's damn near 40 million. It's like 37.5 type shit. Yeah, that's wild, bro.
If he does get that contract, W agent, but
oh my god, agent. Oh my god, Hall of Fame agent.
Who was he signed with? Hall
of Fame agent.
I don't think he's with Clutch, but whoever it is, I mean, they're amazing.
If they can get it, I don't know if they can.
150? Is he unrestricted or is he restricted? What's his thing?
He can be whatever. Let that man walk. Let him leave. Bro, I promise you that this is one thing about the Lakers that's crazy to me. The Lakers act like their death matters. I'm being so serious. It doesn't. It is LeBron and Anthony Davis. If they have a bad game, we lose the game. It's been that way for 2 seasons now. It's going to stay that way. It's cool to try to get Harold. Cool to try to do all that other shit. That's why I was so.
That's the path y'all chose, man. I mean, it is what it is.
Bro, that's a fact.
I don't know if you saw the video. The first thing I did the second we signed Trez, I was like, okay, I just hope he's as aggressive as this yada yada. And people were like, what are you talking about? It's a $6 million a year. Then 2 months into the season, I'm like, we can get fucked or we can be great. And there's no in between because there's a sense of we're not as aggressive and everybody knows they're talented solo, like by themselves type shit. But when it comes to just playing in a system and relying on LeBron and AD to be great, you ain't got that with these motherfuckers. You got Dennis over here trying to get paid. You got Hero trying to prove that he was better than the shit that the Clippers think he is. You got Drummond trying to resurrect his career. You got Marc Gasol trying to show he still got it. You got a bunch of different personalities and shit. When the 1920 Lakers, you got Dwight McGee just fucking up the center. You got Dwight McGee. Their job is to literally put a forearm in Jokic's chest and get to the next round. And look what they did. They ain't shit to Jokic, but they can punch him. And next round, you got fucking Alex Caruso. You got who the other point guard? Rondo, who everybody was sicing the hell out of, granted, but Rondo knew what his job was. We don't coach. Caruso, beat in their Josh Bunny. KCP and Danny Green, 3-and-D. Simple roles for people. Once you try to get 2 6-mans at a year, Mermaid Man putting his ass on people, throwing behind the neck dots and shit. Once you try to do all this shit with the Lakers, I knew it was up. I literally knew it was up. I had faith in LeBron and AD overcoming it. Anyway, second the injuries came out, I stopped making Lakers content. I said, yup, it's over, bro. I said, yup, it's over, bro. And you go check the logs. I ain't talked about the Lakers from the update all the way until we lost. I did not talk about the motherfucker. I said, it's over, bro. It's so over. It's not even funny. Like, this is why I'm such a big Suns person, Suns supporter type shit. People swear if they was healthy, they beat the Suns. I'm like, bro, maybe. Like, bro, like, oh my fucking God, bro. Oh my
real
God.
Quick, while we keep ragging on them, let's if you want a Q&A, if you want to ask some Qs, see if we got A's. Go ahead and join the Discord?
Yeah, there's already 5 in there right now. Let's do like 3.
Yeah, let's do 3. With that being said, too, Dennis makes 16 currently. The Bulls are the ones that reportedly are going to offer him 150.
Yeah.
The Bulls.
What? Yeah, again, chat disclaimer. Whether it's real, fake, yada, it's just discussion.
Chicago.
150 for Dennis Schroeder is. I'm finna get in the driveway and I'm finna take basketball serious. I ain't going.
You have to start doing some Mike and drill.
I'm finna go crazy.
I'm gonna do Mike and just.
I'm dead serious. It's looking like at this point, if you can hit a three, that's all.
Not 150 for Dennis Schroeder, but who is this? Will?
Yeah.
Yeah, what's up, bro?
Will the Thrill. What's going on, man?
Well, I'm good. I'm chilling. All right. So I know Dame denied the trade rumors, saying that he requested a trade. But if he were to get traded, where do you think he would go, and what would the Blazers get back for him?
Whoever they wanted, and whoever offered the most picks.
Yeah. I think that's a pick question. It's not. I don't.
I think the teams with the most assets to offer, they're not gonna. The trade won't go through because it's not gonna be a team that Dame's gonna want to re-sign with. However, because of that, I feel like what would happen if Dame would like demand a trade would be the Blazers would just get less than what they should. Based off of Dame's caliber.
I wasn't being a dick when I said that. It'd be whoever was giving up the most first-round picks and had the best young player. That's literally the answer. Because it's like B-So said, the chance of Dame staying wherever he goes is already half and half. On top of that, the team has to be a contender or the team's going to be a shitter. You send Dame wherever, all right, fine. You'll make the 9th, 10th seed and go home. So it's like it would take a perfect mix of everything. A team wanting to take that chance because Dame's going to tax you. I don't see any logical suitors for that. So it's just whatever team will send the most for him, literally.
And you got anything on Dame?
Nothing on Dame, man. It's just that he is good guard, and they can't really.
He's good.
No,
he's
but
good.
He's good. No, but it's back to like speculating, trades again. Like, the Blazers would have to demand, cliche, but a king's ransom. He's one of the top guards in the league. He can carry your team to the playoffs, and he's going to need a couple of guys along with him to have him break that wall. But that's what it is.
A king's ransom. So you telling me Buddy Hield, Marvin Bagley, and De'Aaron Fox gets it done? I get you. I follow you.
Hey, you know what though? I follow you.
Low-key?
You know what though?
If Portland gets that back, I'll take it, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
Hey, what?
That's what I'm saying.
Not De'Aaron better than LaMelo.
Like we have to that's what I'm saying, King. That's why I'm like, bro, it's kind of bullshit to talk about. Like, for example, something that had to be fair that came to my mind: Jamal Murray and MPJ. Yeah, that sounds fair. Jamal Murray, MPJ, and Pick sounds fair, but why the hell would the Nuggets do it?
Exactly. Yo, why would you trade all that for a loser? That's so crazy.
Okay, we'll see. All right, well, he's a loser.
Oh my god. All right, well,
listen,
we're gonna get more people yet.
All right, it's been your mom's favorite midnight snack.
Dom just never came on.
Oh, Dom Lingo. Oh my God, Dom would have freaked out about the Kuz story. Damn.
Yeah,
Dom would have freaked out.
Cardiac. It was good.
Hola.
Hey, get closer to the mic, bro. Stop playing.
I'm about to say.
Wait, do I sound far away?
Slick.
Better.
But what's your question?
So I was wondering, since Ant is the resident draft expert, whatever. How do you feel going forward? As we can see with this Olympics, there's a lot of young talent spread throughout the world, and with basketball as a growing sport, and as we can see the NCAA getting pressured by Jalen Green choosing to go to the G League or LaMelo choosing to go to Australia. How much longer do you think college basketball, or just the American pipeline of okay, you have AAU, then you do college, and then it's the league. How long do you think that's going to be the top route for amateurism?
That's a great question.
I think it's going to be the top route for a minute, honestly. If you're not hip, or if you're not up to the new news, but NIL came out July 1st. NIL is name, image, and likeness. It's allowing players to make a good amount of money. I mean, you've got dudes. I mean, the Cavender twins. These are two girls, two women who play at Fresno State, but they have a big following on TikTok, 1 million or something. They flew out to New York and they signed with Boost Mobile, and they had a poster of them on Times Square. And that was probably worth 6 or 7 figures. Master P's son signed for $2 million with some company. So I think now that there's a quarterback from USC just signed with Clutch. So I think that's also going to open up doors for these basketball players, especially in high school and college, when they're going to sign with these agencies a lot earlier at 14 and 15, not when they're coming up on the NBA draft. They're going to build these relationships a lot earlier. And doing that is, they're more than likely going to stay in the US. So if anything, I think this name, image, and likeness thing with all the agencies and all these big deals that are going to start coming out, not only for college players, but high school and middle school. I mean, why would you leave at that point? That almost locks them in.
I agree, man. I think Barstool Sports sound like 150 college athletes or something.
Yeah, they did. And they did it off of a whim. They're like, oh, what's this? Well, let's just create some bullshit and let's just see what happens. And that's what happened. And they just started just signing people left and right.
Yeah. I think Cardiac, if you go back and you look at specifically some of the other athletes that could have really, really made bank. I know people use the JJ Redick one as an example, but we're even thinking of the Gonzalez twins that went to UNLV. Mm-hmm. They even opted out of trying to play WNBA basketball because the money was just so much better doing other things. What could they have been doing in college?
Right.
I'm thinking of Tim Tebow, Cam Newton, Reggie Bush, the type of money they could have been making. And then in the basketball world, they do highlight tapes for these guys from middle school on. Julian Newman would be like, he'd be making crazy money. The Ball brothers would have been making crazy money. But with all that being said, my opinion on that is that we still don't know how to lay out. I know, you want to be one of the first, but at the same time, we still don't know how it'll lay out. But I agree with everything that Ant said too.
Mikey Williams also just signed with an agency, I believe last week. So it's just a matter of time before you see the floodgates really start to start to open up.
That'll benefit him because I think he sucks. But nevertheless. Okay.
All right, Cardiac. We're gonna see you later, man. Tay's life was good.
Oh, is this Brandon? What the?
I think so.
Last question.
What up?
It is Brandon. What's going on?
It's just the whole locker room crew here. What the fuck?
I have a very, very simple question. I already know what the answer is going to be. 2 questions, actually. First question. Who do you think the Knicks are trying to trade up for in the draft? Because I see we keep trying to trade up, and I don't know who we could possibly be trying to trade up for.
Oh, do you want us to answer that first?
That's Ant. I don't.
Where are they? Hold on. Give me a second.
Me no.
Brennan, why do you have pepperonis as your?
I was gonna say that, bro, but I was like, I'm too tired to do all that.
The Knicks are down there. The Knicks are like at 19 and 21.
19 and 21, yeah.
Jesus.
Damn, it's almost like they made the playoffs, right?
Where are they trying to go? Like,
we were trying to go to 10.
They're all
trying to go to 10 to get who?
I have no clue. That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Brandon came here asking that question.
I mean, the only pack is someone likes Knox, 1921 and Knox or something.
Who's that dude that's like James Harden light? Maybe
Josh Giddey.
Oh no, that Cam.
Yeah, Cam Thomas.
Yeah,
but
Thomas. They're not. They would stay right where they are for Cam Thomas,
unless they were trying to go get Josh Giddey or something like that. But that doesn't. He's not a shooter as far as I know.
Yeah.
Like
my thoughts were maybe we were trying to get that one kid, the Trey Mann kid, but we would stay where we're at if we're trying to get him, I would think.
Hold on. What was their lineup for the playoffs?
Like our starting lineup?
Yeah.
It was Derrick Rose at the 1. We had RJ Barrett, Julius Randle, Reggie Bullock, and Nerlens Noel.
That's why they lost to the Hawks.
Yeah,
that's why they lost.
That spacing sounds like ass.
Y'all might be trying to move up to get like a Kai Jones. Y'all might try to move up to get a big.
New York is so nasty, bro.
But why?
Like Kai Jones or like another wing?
Robinson. We got Mitchell Robinson though.
Is Reggie Bullock is he a free agent?
Yeah, but he said he wants to stay with the Knicks.
He does?
Yeah.
Shit, I don't know that, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I'm going back to the 10 seed next year.
If New York goes and drafts a big, bro,
we're gonna get Lonzo. So like we're definitely gonna be at least 3rd seed. So I really don't know what we even need this draft pick for.
Are you getting Lonzo?
Oh, 100%.
What's the next question? What's the next question, bro?
What's the next question, Pepperoni Man?
The next question is, why is Julius Randle going to win MVP next year?
Why? Well, he's better than Chris Bosh. We've established that.
No,
it's Lucas until.
Oh my god!
It's Lucas until he loses it, bro. I think it's gonna be Luka.
This is the second straight year Luka's gonna be favored to win the MVP. If he doesn't win MVP, does that mean anything?
Dude, the media wants him to win so bad, bro.
It's just
the media wants him to win so bad.
Listen. Mark Cuban either made the best decision of his life with basically walking Rick Carlisle out of the house and his name GM. His name is throwing me a blank right now. But walking the GM and the head coach out he either made the best decision or the worst decision, because they could be really good next year or they could be terrible next year. But it's Lucas to lose. I don't know about Julius Randle. I don't know about MVP.
What?
Don't know about MVP Randle.
MVP Randle, and it's MVP Randle, MIP Lonzo, and the Knicks are beating every team before.
If they draft Phillip, then I don't understand how they're winning this. How he's winning the MVP.
Yeah, Phillip's a crazy prospect.
With Tibbs, y'all will never see the semis.
Oh my God.
Tibbs is such a regular season coach.
Tibbs,
such a regular season coach. He gets guys to play really hard when nobody cares, and then when the playoffs start, when everybody cares,
and then
he's like, "Oh shit." He's like, "Oh shit, they trying."
He's like, "Wait, you can
everyone playing hard." Oh shit!
You play defense too?
Hey, literally last year they were like, "Damn, they know Julius is going left. What the fuck is going on?"
These guys are diving on the floor.
Trae Young's going to try on the double.
What the fuck? Well, he learned to pass the ball.
He's going to. You stole it. He's going to pass.
They're going to set this high pick and roll every time.
Yeah.
They're going to.
Tibbs is just a floor raiser, bro. What the
fuck? Tibbs and Phillip is not getting it done, so I don't know.
Yo, Brandon, how you feel about Phillip?
I'm leaving.
All right, I tried to help you, bro.
I know, bro. All right, get Brennan out of here. Get him out of here.
Get him out.
Tibbs, bro.
Oh, why not leaving? Okay.
Tibbs,
I'll never forget the Knicks won one playoff series and acting like they won the NBA Finals, bro.
Crazy.
Downtown was so packed. They had a parade. It was
that.
It was truly sad.
They said that was their championship. The Knicks fans that told me, they said, "Oh no, this was our championship." Just
they said, "We don't care what happens for the rest of. We don't care what happens for the next 5 years, bro. We got this."
So as long as y'all know that next season, y'all better do something. Like he talking about, we're 100% getting Lonzo. You know I ain't saying that because they don't get Lonzo.
But they said that they've said 100% for the past 3-4 years. Yeah. They were 100% getting Kyrie and KD and Zion.
Kyrie, KD, Zion,
and Zion.
Shit. Like Laker fans be wilding, Heat fans be wilding.
They struck out, bro.
Funniest.
They really were in position to do it though. That's tough.
Were they even up to bat? Like I know they said they struck out. They weren't even up to bat.
Kevin Durant stamped that they're dumb and stupid and he's not coming.
Yeah,
Kyrie
bro.
was just like, yeah, I'm going with KD.
But
Zion, they failed. They just didn't get the pick. So.
Nevertheless,
it's all because of Tibbs, bro. It's all because of Tibbs. They're not trying to play 45 minutes on a back-to-back in fucking December, bro. Like, nah, I'm good on that.
Not Kyrie. Not Kyrie. I need to take a break every 3 games, Irving.
Exactly.
Oh my God.
Anyway, with that being said, listen, it's been the Let's Keep It a Buck podcast, episode 675. How many in the chat?
675?
Yeah.
God dang. How long have y'all been doing this?
5 years.
5 years?
It's not that many.
We're on like episode like 70.
Oh shit! I'm on like 6, 7. Like damn.
You know what's fucked up? We don't know.
Wonder.
Like, we really don't know what episode we on.
Like we in season 2. I think we stopped like at 40-ish for season 1, and we're like 30 episodes into season 2.
Bro, we've been on episode 68, 69, and 70 for 12 episodes straight. Like,
and that's facts.
We don't fucking know.
Yeah, we on the way up though. 145 in the chat right now. 145.
Shout out to the 145 on the chat, man. If you're not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. We got great stuff coming this summer. Exclusive content for the subs only. For the only subs?
Only subs.
I'm about to start an only subs account. Anyway, Ant, where can they find you?
It's Ant Wright. ITSANTWRIGHT, man.
Just show the beanie. Just show the beanie. It's right there.
Hey, it's Ant Wright. That's right there, my guy. Twitter, I'm heavy on YouTube. I've been trying to grow my YouTube for about a year and a half now. I'm almost at 4,000 subs. So please help a brother out, get past the 4 mark. That's it. You can find me anywhere. It's Wright. And I got a bunch of moves coming up, and hopefully y'all are down for the journey. So I appreciate y'all allowing me to come on again, man, and talk some NBA and talk some college stuff, and I really appreciate it.
No problem, man. Appreciate you for coming on, man.
Sage, say goodbye to the people.
Hey, man. Follow me on YouTube, TSO_Sage. Add a 23 for the IG. Take it back off on Twitter. And especially follow on Twitch, because I'm stuck on my damn top 30. I got some names I'm debating. And I figure, because YouTube likes spamming shit, y'all gonna help me with that shit. So yeah, definitely go ahead and follow me on Twitch. Now we gonna go stupid. We gonna debate somebody. We gonna debate 2 names like shit.
Shout out to Dom for the gifted. He said he got a business idea to shoot at me.
Oh shit!
I'll check it out.
I was supposed to check my DMs. Yeah, he told me to check my fucking DMs. I forgot.
Okay. Bitches, souls. Be souls.
You said it right the first time.
Be souls. Say goodbye to the people.
Peace out, y'all. Peace out. Go check out the newest, TikToker. You know what I'm saying? Coming up. That creator fund.
Yeah, follow me on TikTok too. I made that shit. I ain't posted shit yet.
I sent a picture of my shit to Sage yesterday. I'm like, yo, Sage, make an account right now. And then 2 seconds later, he actually made one.
I swear to God, I said, oh.
That shit is
then this motherfucker showed me that he tripled his growth of mid-text. I said, oh, bro.
Crazy, bro. Mr. For You page. And y'all know where to find me. Kanye.intraining. He already signed off. I already know.
You saw
excuse me, Kanye.intraining on Instagram, Omeezy everywhere else. I'm a lie to y'all again. There's an upload coming next week. With that being said, peace out.